See, but you can. How can I?
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Steve Brown, and as Dan mentioned, a number of years ago, the Brown Ulster Performing Arts Foundation, which is located right here in the beautiful village of Salem Lakes, and I wrote a radio theater broadcast for WGTD Public Radio. And it was the murder itself in our dramatic version was actually solved by Orson Welles. And as many of you know, and I hope you do, that he was born right here in Kenosha County. He was born in the city of Kenosha. And I notice Samantha Kerkman is here. Samantha, hi there.
Hey Steve, how are you?
Good, good. Just give an applause for our county executive. You know, they say in life everything is political. And I serve on the Salem School Board and have for the last 9 years. And yes, back in 2010, I was the candidate on the Democratic side of the ticket, even though I'm slightly right of center in the rule of politics. But I ran against Samantha. And she's now our county executive. And she has lived, how many years have you lived here in western Kenosha County, Samantha?
50?
That's right. So
I was born in Burlington, but my parents went home in Howard.
that's right. So anyway, so my point for mentioning that is it was mentioned that you know there are times where we need to look forward and times we need to look to the past. And in the program here, by the way, the first time I was ever here, I was brought here by Linda Valentine, who used to be the town chair in the town of Salem. And she did some incredible stuff. She brought me in here, and I've lived here in the community for 23 to almost 24 years. But in the program here, it points out what the established goals were, and I'm just going to briefly mention this, about collecting to record and compile the history of western Kenosha County, to cooperate with other historical societies, and to make people aware of the historical heritage of this part of Kenosha County. And one thing I will mention about the murders that took place, which is now at Town Square, or it's now called Town Square, is I'm sure many of you know, and I'm not sure if you do, and our village president, I'm sure you know this, that Al Capone had a home here in which is now the town or the village of Salem Lakes, on Volts Lake. And how many of you have ever been there, have driven past it? How many of you knew that?
Where is it?
It's on Volts Lake, it's on a little side road, and it's right across from the lake, and it's incredible. I have never been in it. But my point being that, you know, they say everything is political. No. This is about community for this historical society. And I'm going to stop because I want to hear our county executive, and it's incredible that we have a county executive who has lived almost her entire life, except when she was away to college and all that sort of stuff. But to hear Samantha Kerkman. Samantha Kerkman, please.
I have had quite a busy day, so I apologize. I was a few minutes late. And I'm actually representing Amanda Nedweski today as well. So these are things that we get to do and come and share with you about what our history is. As Steve had mentioned, I was born in March of 1974, so this society is as old as me. So,
by the way, I forgot to mention that it was 210 years ago today that the Star Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key. Today. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention.
No, these are great things. This is what makes our community so special, is our history and what brought us together. You know, I've been really blessed to be a state representative and now the county exec since 2022. And I represent, people ask me, what do you do? I'm the mayor. I'm like the mayor of the county now because I solve problems every day. And this week has been a little bit more challenging. I always say it's kind of like Friday the 13th plus, full moon this week. There's been a lot of problems to solve. And so I get to represent the community, and I know Rita and the town and now the village board have come together. I mean, this area is very special. Vi Miller just was such an advocate for this area, and so I want to mention her as well. I was here 2 years ago, I think, to recognize Vi and her contribution to the community. And you know, now I'm in this role as county exec, and I get to work with the state representative, and so again, I'm here representing the legislature and myself to support all the good works of the Western Kenosha County Historical Society. And if we don't remember our past, we may relive it in some ways, and so this is why it's so important. And I always say at church, it's okay to have kids talk, because if the kids aren't talking at church, we don't have somebody to continue on. And so it makes me smile when I see them here, because my parents used to bring me around to events in Randall, Twin Lakes, you know, I went to Wilmot High School. So again, when we don't have that's what makes our community smaller, because we're not growing. And so I want to thank Rita and Bob, and I know there's many people from the society here today. So I have a proclamation. It's really hard. I don't have my readers with me, so I'm a little. If somebody does have some readers, Thank you. I don't know if she's wrong. To help me here from the state of Wisconsin, I have a proclamation from State Representative Nedweski and State Senator Steve Nass, who couldn't be here, and also the sheriff. So I did talk to the sheriff earlier today, and he had another commitment as well. As I've been crisscrossing the county, I know he has as well. So I have a proclamation. Whereas the historic preservation of our fundamental understanding of our past informing the future. And whereas the Historical Societies perform and promote vital work that allows documents, artifacts to be explored for future generations, preserves our community and our culture, and saves our stories of a particular time and place, and reinforces the sense of civic identity and pride. And whereas the citizens of Western Kenosha County, led by Richard Heigl and student Michael Polasek, did find worthy and desirable to collect, compile, and record the history of Western Kenosha County. And whereas the citizens formed the Western Kenosha County Historical Society on August 1st, 1974, meeting at Wilmot High School. And whereas Western Kenosha County Historical Society restores and maintains the 1880 Twin Oaks School, having pursued donations to secure and transport it from Brighton in 1992 to its current location at Miller Park, now a museum for learning and pleasure of all. And whereas Western Kenosha County Historical Society makes local history accessible by hosting history festivals featuring tours, exhibits, demonstrations, and artifacts, events such as Blurted Out, which I've been to, community shows that tells throughout the county, and for many years hosting informative booths and displays for fairgoers at the Kenosha County Fair. And whereas Western Kenosha Historical Society publishes a calendar featuring different areas of the county each month, and in 1994 published a book, Summer Enhancement, A History of Twin Lakes. And now, therefore, be hereby resolved that State Senator Steve Nass and State Representative Amanda Nedweski commend the Kenosha County Historical Society and its members for faithfully preserving our history and culture of Western Kenosha County, and heartily congratulate the Society on its 50th anniversary. Signed, Steve Nass and Amanda Nedweski. So let's... There you go. And they also have a state flag flown over the Capitol and a U.S. flag to fly. I know that sometimes you need them for your flagpole, so
yes.
Again, congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
Rest of the program. I don't know where the rest of the... And I walked in late, so I really apologize.
Thank you. I just got a picture in.
Okay. Steve, I thank for moving me around.
Steve, did you have more to say?
I'm fine.
You're finished?
I'm good.
Well, we're thanking everybody for coming today. We have plenty of hors d'oeuvres and appetizers here from the high schools that they brought for us to treat everybody. And if you're hungry, there's hot dogs outside, corn, sweet corn. The bouncy house for the kids. There's things for the kids out there. I don't know if they're decorating pumpkins out there or face painting out there. So there's a little bit for the kids to do. Yeah. And also go look at the schoolhouse and see how it was years ago.